So in the last class, we have discussed regarding this what is mainframe, what is this mainframe, what is ZOS, we have discussed, what is time sharing option, we have discussed, what is ISPF, we have discussed, and then in the second class, we have discussed on what is the difference between a normal computer and what is the difference between the ZOS, we have discussed, and what is the purpose of ZOS, we have discussed these concepts, how to log into a mainframe and how to log off that one, and what are the different kinds of like a few different kinds of subsystems and the facilities we have discussed. And then coming to how to allocate a pds, so like it is nothing but a folder, and how to allocate a data set we have discussed. Okay, so what are the parameters that will be involved, what are the parameters that will be involved when you are creating a pds or pds, these parts we have discussed that, till there we have discussed. Okay, coming to today's topics, today's date is 24th December 22. So today we'll be looking into some line commands. Okay, how to write some code in the. We have created some PDS and we have created one PS, right? So how to write some data, how to write some lines inside that. We'll be looking into it. Okay, let me go back to the mainframe which is there. Okay, I have already logged in. Okay, so to navigate to my folders, what is the command I have to give? Is it 3.2 or 3.4? People, to go to my folders that are there under my mainframe ID, I have to go to 3.4. Okay, I have to go to 3.4 and I have to give my DSN name level. So it will be TSO my mainframe ID. So if I give enter, all the datasets that are under my mainframe ID will be appeared. PDS or PS datasets under my mainframe ID will be appeared. So if I want to write some data in a PS dataset, like say I want to write some data in this dataset.1. This is a PS file. Okay, this is the PS file. So how to write it? We will be giving edit option. That is nothing but E. Okay, if you want to write something, we'll be giving E option in front of the PS dataset and give enter. It will be asking for a edit macro command like this. Just for confirmation, it will be asking. Just give another enter, and will automatically open the data set. Okay, it will automatically open the data set. So let me delete all this. Yeah, it will automatically open the data set, and you can see this like in this way. In the whenever you open a new data set, this is the first thing it will be appeared. So how to insert data, we'll see one by one. Okay, this is to enter into it. If you can also open the same data set in view mode also. Okay, you can also open the data set in view mode, so you can see it here, view mode. Okay, or else you can also open it in the browse mode also. Okay, empty data set or member empty data set. Okay, it is not opening. Okay, fine. View mode, it is fine. Or else edit mode, it is fine. In view mode, you will be able to only view the data. You won't be able to change the data. But in edit mode, you will be able to insert the data. Like this is the first how it will be. This is the first screen it will be appeared. Okay, so if I want to write some lines, okay, whenever you open a data set, this is the warning message, it will be there. Okay, warning message. Whenever you open it, this is the warning message that it will be displayed. Whether it is PDS member or a PS data set, this is the warning member it will be having. Okay, now let us see some line commands. Let us see some line commands on GOS. Okay, let us see some line commands in GOS. So if I want to write some line, okay, if I want to write some line, first of all, just give reset here. Reset, what it will do, it will remove all the warning messages and it will remove all the things. Okay, it will remove all the warning messages. So if you give reset, it will remove all the warning messages. Okay, and also dummy characters in this side command. Okay, here this is, if you give 9, if you give insert here, and if you write something. Okay, if I type something here, some dummy I have written it, and I want to remove that, so I'll just give reset. It will remove all the dummy commands, it will remove all the dummy characters in the sidebar. Okay, sidebar. Okay, so the first one is reset command. Okay, let me delete this one. Let us write from the first. So now I want to insert some line. So I have given reset. I have given reset. Now I want to insert some line. So to insert a line, we need to give insert command, which is I. Just give I. Just give I and enter. Okay, it will insert a line. Okay, just type something. I mainframe. Okay, just type something and give enter and give enter again. So it will save it. Okay, it will be automatically saved. So whenever you want to insert a line, so you will be giving insert I. You will be giving I, which will insert a line. So if you want to insert some set of lines, if you want to insert some set of lines, I'll say I2. So it will give me 2 lines. It will give me 2 lines. Hi world. Okay, and I'll say hi India. Okay, so it will give you 2 lines whenever, if you give enter, and again if you want to another, if you want to insert another line, you can insert another line, or else if you don't want it, just give another enter. It will automatically remove it. Okay, it will automatically remove it. So if you want to insert set of lines, I and N you will be giving. I with a number you will be giving, which will insert N number of lines. N lines. Will insert N lines. Okay, so now if I want to repeat these lines, any one of the line is there, I want to repeat this hi world line two times or one time. So I'll say if I want to repeat it, I'll say R and enter. I'll say R and enter. What happened here? See the command which is there, like it is saying that 1, the subset of this line. Okay, 2, and it is the subset of it. 2 1. Okay, so if you want to repeat any of the line, it will be repeated in this way. If you want to repeat it multiple times, like 2 times you want to repeat, okay, n number of times you want to repeat, you'll be giving R4. If you can give it R4 and enter, it will repeat it for 4 times. It will be repeated for 4 times. So the command is R for repeat a line, R for repeat a line, and Rn is for repeat n times. Repeat a line n times. Okay, coming to the next part. Okay, if you want to repeat, I have repeated only one line, right? I have repeated only one line. So what if I want to repeat multiple lines? Okay, I want to repeat. So let us delete this one. Let us delete dd. I'll tell you the delete command also. So I want to repeat all these 3 lines, or 2 times or something like that, 2 times or 3 times. So let me give this. Okay, let me save it. Okay, so I want to repeat these lines 2 times. So I'll say this set of lines RR here and RR here. If I say enter, if I give enter, it will be repeated for 1 time. If I want to repeat this for 2 times, RR again, and 2 times I'll say, so it will be repeated for 2 times. Okay, so whenever you want to repeat RR, repeat set of lines, to repeat a set of lines, and RRN will be repeat a set of lines n times. Okay, repeat set of lines n times. Okay, likewise, this is what repeat, insert and repeat and insert. Now come to this next one. I want to delete this one. I want to delete these lines. So if I want to delete a line, one of the line, I'll say delete here. I'll say D here, and it will be deleted. Okay, whenever you want to delete it, you can just give D here. It will delete a line. Okay, it will delete a line. Okay, or else if you want to delete n number of lines, okay, D5, if you want to, D4 you want to delete, okay, you can just give D4. Okay, it will delete that number of lines. It will delete D, and if you give it delete n lines. From that point itself, it will delete n lines. But you are not sure how many lines it to be deleted. You are not sure. I don't know the count of this, how many lines are there, but I want to delete from here to here, from this line to here, this line. So what I'll do, I'll say dd here, the first line, whichever the line I want to delete, that line, and whichever the end of the lines, wherever I want to delete up to here. So I'll say dd here, and I'll just give enter. It will delete all the lines between the dd and dd. Okay, it will delete all the lines. Okay, so for multiple lines to delete in between, to delete, and dd and dd will be deleting. It deletes the, let me keep it here, dots. Okay, it deletes the lines between them, deletes the lines between them. Okay, so this is how you can delete it. What if you want to copy some lines? Okay, what if you want to copy some lines? Let's say we save, let me save it. So I want to copy this line, I want to copy this line after it's hi India, I want to copy this line after this hi India. I'll say that, I'll say C here, I'll say C here, and I'll give A here. After this line one I want to copy, so I'll say A here. Okay, now I want to copy this line before this hi India. I want to copy the same line, this first line, before this hi India. So how to do it? How I have to give B here, before. Okay, so if you want to copy after, you have to give A. If you want to copy before, you have to give B. So whenever you want to copy, C for copy, copy a line, C for copying a line, A for A or B for A or B for to copy, or move, like will be coming to after or before the line, after or before the line. Okay, so to copy after or before the line. Now if I want to copy set of lines, if I want to copy set of lines, I want to copy this set of lines. Okay, I want to copy, okay, I want to copy, let us say that I want to copy from these two, I want to copy these two lines after this hi India. Okay, after this fourth line, after this 400, I want to copy, both these two lines after this last line. So I'll say that CC, and after I'll say after, it will be copied as it is, if I want to copy before, okay, I'll say the same thing, CC and CC. If I want to copy before, I'll say that B here. Okay, B here, it will be copied before. Okay, it will be copied before. So whenever you want to copy set of lines, whenever you want to copy set of lines, okay, to copy set of lines, we will be using this CC and CC. And again, you have to give the, if you just give CC, okay, if you just give CC, I'll give CC and CC here. Let me not here. Yeah, let me give CC here. And if I just give enter, it won't be copied. The copy or move will be pending. Okay, the copy or move will be pending. You have to give A or B after it. You have to give A or B after any of that. So if you give A, then only it will be copied. Okay, if you give A, then only it will be copied. So likewise, in the same way, so if you give RR, if you just give RR, it will just repeat it one time itself. But if you don't give it, like how many times you want to repeat it, okay, if you don't give it, if you, it will be automatically repeated for only one time. Okay, now coming to the next one, if I want to move some lines, okay, if I want to move some lines, how to do it? I'll say move M. Let me keep it there. Okay, I want to move this line, after India. After India, I want to keep it, I want to move this line after India. How to do it? I'll say, I'll keep it here M here, and I want to move it after hi India. I'll say after and enter. Okay, so whenever you want to move a line, you just need to give, M here. And then what you need to do, you need to say that whether it should be moved after or before a line, okay, it should be concatenated, it should be followed by this after or before. I have given here for after only, like here I have given the move statement, and here I have given like this, I have given. So I can move up also. So I'll say that these two lines, this I'll give M here, I can move it after this also, like this also, up and above, I can move it. Okay, I'll want to move it this one too after. So I have moved here, I want to delete these lines. Okay, So I have unknowingly I have given some command. If I want to remove that command, I should need to give reset. Okay, if I unknowingly you have given some commands like delete command or move command or copy command, to remove that you need to give reset. So I'll just move this one to after. So I have 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, I have this. I'm saving it. I'm saving it. Okay. Now come back to the move for moving set of likewise in the same way. If you want to move set of lines, just need to give move set of lines. Okay, and it should be followed by A or B. It should be followed by A or B. Okay, it should be followed by A or B. I'll say that I want to move all these lines. I want to move all these lines after this. So it has been moved. I want to move all these lines. After this. So it has been moved like this. If you want to move it, you can move it. Okay. So these are the some line commands. Okay, these are some line commands. Delete, delete, repeat, move, and all. So there are some more line commands. We have discussed. Reset we have discussed. Okay, reset we have discussed, and save will be there to save your code. To save the code. Okay, to save the code. Okay, let us see that. Let me give the save. Okay, it will be saving the code. Okay, now I have deleted these lines. For example, unknowingly I have deleted these lines. Entire lines I have deleted. Unknowingly I have deleted. But I want to recover it. Okay, the only thing is you can cancel without giving save. You can just cancel it. F12 you can give it. Okay, you can give F12 and you can enter it again. Again enter back. You'll be having all the data. Okay, so whenever what happens, cancel is or else F12 command. If you give F12 command or cancel, you can give cancel in the command line or you can give F12 in the keyboard. Okay, it will recover back the code. It will recover the code till the last save. Okay, it will recover the code till the last save. So let me delete these things. Let me delete this. Okay, I have deleted this and I have given save. Okay, I have given save here. I have given save, and again I try to delete all this. Unknowingly I have deleted all this, but I want to recover back. I'll say cancel here. I can say cancel directly. Okay, I can say cancel there also. I can, or else I can give F12. Okay, so the last save has been happened after deleting the previous line, right? These dotted lines previously it is there. After that only the save command has been given. Okay, after that only the save command has been given. Okay, after that only the save command has been given. So it was recovered till there. Okay, so whenever you want to recover back unknowingly you have deleted some lines or something like that, you can recover by giving the cancel command. Let me copy all this. I'll say before. I want it before that. I'll say it before. So these are cancel commands. Okay, these are cancel commands. Cancel command, save command. Okay, so for example, if I have this multiple lines, like I have written only up to here, I'll repeat it for another set of lines. Okay, I have repeated. Still there are some lines. Okay, there are some lines formed below. So if I want to go down, okay, I want to see the code below this. After this 24 lines, I want to see the code below down. So what I need to give? I need to give F8. Okay, it will go down. Okay, it will go down. If I give F7, it will come up. If I give F7, it will come up. So F7 or F8 will help you to move the screen up and down. Okay, move the screen up and down. Or else you can give. So let me come down. F8 I'm giving. I have given up to here. Now I'll say top here. It will come to the top. If I say bottom here, bottom. Okay, if I say bottom here, it will come to the bottom. Okay, likewise you can say top or bottom. Likewise, you can say top or bottom. If you say top, it will come to the top. If you say bottom, it will come to the bottom. It will come to the bottom. Okay. So now what if I want to scroll let us come to the top. I want to scroll only few lines itself. Okay. Okay. I want to scroll five lines. I want to scroll five lines. Okay. I want to scroll five lines. How to do it? There will be a scroll command here. There will be a scroll command here. If you place this cursor, the default one is already there. Cursor. If I place my cursor, in on my high mainframe, and I move down, okay, up from here it will be moved. Okay, it will be coming to the top. If I place my cursor here and if I scroll down, it will be placed, the cursor will be like, it will be coming at the top, will be this line. If I place here cursor again, and if I move down, okay, it will be coming here. So these are the scroll commands. Okay, let us see the scroll commands. scroll scroll command. One is cursor. Okay, a page will be started from where the cursor placed. From where the cursor placed. Anyone joined? Okay. Hi Pritesh, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I have already started the session. Okay, I have given only a few line commands. Okay, how we are discussing these line commands. Okay, I'm already recording the session. Okay, if
Hmm.
you have any doubts, you can ask me back. You can refer the video also.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So like I was saying, scroll type. What are the different types of scroll commands that are there? Okay, what are the different types of scroll commands? If you give CSR and if you place the cursor here, and it will scroll. If you scroll down, it will be pointed at this here. The page will be starting from this point wherever the cursor is placed. If I say that page, if I give page here in the cursor option, if I give page, into the cursor option. If I say page, okay, I'll say page. Let me go to the top. Okay, even though if you place the cursor at any point, so the 19 line is there, right? It will be like if I go down, so the next line it will be started. Okay. Okay, if I place cursor, then only it will be pointing at that cursor, and it will be page will be starting at that point. But if I give page here, then it will be okay. Then it will be 24 lines. Like it will be going to the 24 lines, and then it will be moving down. It will be moving down. Okay. Likewise, the page will be more. The code will be moved page by page. Okay, page by page. Okay, let me give another command. So other type is, if I want to move set of lines, okay, let us come to the top, and I want to scroll five lines up and five lines down. So I can give it. If I give five here, okay. If I give five here, if I scroll down, the page will be moved five lines. Okay, for every five lines it will be moving. Okay, if you want to scroll up also, likewise, five lines it will be moving up and down. Okay, scrolling up and down. Okay, if you give number, to give a number, the page will be moved. If you give n number, the page will be moved up and down for n lines. Okay, the page will be moved up and down for n lines. Okay, or if I want to move the page half, I can use half here. Okay, I can use half here. If I say half, let's come to the top. So if I say half, the half of the page will be moved. Okay, like this, half of the page will be moved up and down. Okay, if I say half here, I give half here, half page will be scrolled. Half page will be scrolled. Half page will be scrolled. Let us come to the top. Okay, so this is how these are the different commands. Let us keep it default one CSR only. Okay, let me save that. Let me save everything. Okay, so these are like, can you see, observe this, 1, 2, 3, these are not in particular order. Oh, I want to give it in a particular order. Or how to give it? You just say that unnum. Okay, if you just say unnum command, if you give unnum command, unnum, it will be giving you the sequential number. Okay, it will give you the sequential number. If you give unnum command, it will give you the sequential number. Okay, up to here clear, people? Up to here clear, whatever we have discussed? Is it clear? Sai Kumar, Priti. Hello.
Yes, Satish, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Yes, I
clear.
can. I can.
Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, great. Okay, let us come back. Let us come back here. Mm, okay, reset. Okay, let us come to the JCL now. Okay, let us come to the JCL part. So we know how to write a line, how to write code and all we have seen. So now let's come to the job control language. Let us come to the main course. Okay, JCL, which is job control language. Okay, JCL job control language. JCL full form is job control language. Okay, it is known as a scripting language. Okay, it is known as a scripting language. Why it is called as a scripting language? Because see, for example, you will be able to, like, for Java, you take for Java, you will be able to develop some applications. Okay, some apps or web development. Multiple things you can do it by using programming languages like Java, C, C sharp, and C++. Okay, Python, like these kind of programming languages, you'll be able to develop some apps which are real-time apps you can develop. But when it comes to this job control language, COBOL is there in mainframe. COBOL will be able to perform the able to design some applications. But when it comes to this JCL, it is a job control language, and it won't be able to perform any. It won't be able to perform any application development. Okay, this will be used mainly to execute the jobs. Okay, this will be mainly used to schedule the jobs. Okay, to schedule the jobs and to execute the jobs that are there, which is, for example, COBOL is there. If you want to compile it, you need a JCL. If you want to run a COBOL program, you need a JCL. If it is a COBOL plus DB2 program, you need a JCL. If it is a COBOL plus DB2 to run the COBOL plus DB2 program, you need a JCL. For CICS program, you need a JCL. Okay, to execute these programs, to compile these programs, or to run these programs, you need this. Okay, you need this scripting language, which is JCL, which will be scheduling the jobs. For example, I'll give you the best example. Okay, for every 10 days you are working in a project. You are working in a project, and for every 10 days, okay, the code has to be run. The entire program has to be like executed. Okay, the entire program has to be executed, run multiple times. So you can schedule it. You can schedule that running of a program or running of an application using this job control language. Using this JCL, you can execute it. Okay, so when it comes to the usage of it, it can be used to, compile and execute, compile and run the. It will be used. It will be used in compile and run the other programs, in mainframe. Okay, other programs in mainframe. Okay, what are the other programs? We'll see. First one will be compile or run the COBOL programs, COBOL programs, or COBOL plus DB2 programs, COBOL plus DB2 programs. Okay, compile and run. Compile the CICS programs, or COBOL plus DB2 plus DB2 plus CICS programs. CICS programs compile. You will be able to, using this job control language, using this JCL, you will be able to compile this COBOL programs. You will be able to compile this COBOL plus DB2 programs. You will be able to compile this CICS programs, and you will be able to compile and execute. Compile, only just compile. When it comes to CICS, when CICS is involved, it will be able to compile it. You won't be able to run it. You won't be able to execute it. But when it comes to COBOL or DB2, you will be able to compile it simultaneously. You will be able to run the programs. But for CSES, it is not possible. Okay, the logic will be different. Okay, the logic will be different. Okay, and likewise, you will be able to bind the DB2 programs. Okay, you will be able to bind the DB2 programs. Okay, this binding and all, it will be coming in the COBOL programs. Okay, it will be a little bit different concept. It is entirely a different course and all. First you need to learn COBOL, and then after that you have to think about it. Okay, you will be able to create the data sets. So manually, if you want to create a PS data set or PDS data set, what are we doing? So we need to go to, okay, if you want to create a PS data set or a PDS data set, what we are doing, we will be going to 3.2 manually. We will go it and we will create it, right? So using JCL also, you can create a PDS or a PS or a VSAM files. Okay, you will be able to create a PDS. You can create PS files. You can create VSAM files. You can create, and also you can create GDGs also. Okay, we'll be able to create GDGs also. So all these things we'll discuss one by one. How to create a PDS, how to create a PS, how to create a VSAM, how to create a GDG. In this course, by the end of the course, we'll be able to see this. But these things we will be just for understanding. We'll be looking into it. Okay, just for understanding. These three lines are just for understanding. But we'll be creating a PDS, VSAM files, GDG files in this course. Okay, and also we can concatenate the data that is there in one PS to another PS, or one PDS to another PDS. Okay, we can concatenate the data sets. Okay, data sets are the members from one PS to another PS. We can do it. Okay, we can execute multiple utilities. Utilities like we can say IEB gener. Okay, IEB copy. Okay, IEB gener, IEB copy, IEFBR14. Okay, ID cams. Okay, IEB gener, IEB copy. So DF sort, and still you can call either DF sort or sort. You can call it anytime. So that's it. Like for this course, we will be discussing only these things: IB gener, IB copy, IFBR14, ID cams, and DF sort. And what else are there? Like these are IB copy. Yeah, we have written. Yeah. So we will be able to create multiple. We will be able to execute multiple utilities. Okay, this IEB copy use it to copy data from one data set to another data set. IEB copy is used to one PDS to another PDS. IEFBR14 will be used to create a data set. ID cams in detail. We'll be discussing all these things. It is not there in the course, even though we'll be discussing it. Okay, it is not there in the course, but we to learn a JCL, to learn JCL, these are the main important things. Okay, these are the main important things that you need to learn. Okay, fine. Now we have understood what is JSL, like what is the use of the JSL and what we have discussed it. Okay, let us come to where to write this JSL, where we can write this JSL. So keep it in mind, whenever you where we need to code the JCL. Okay, where we need to code the JCL. So every time, like, don't get confused. You need to code the JCL, or whether it might be JCL, or whether it might be COBOL program, or whether it might be DB2 program, COBOL DB2 program, or CSES program. Any type of code that you are going to write, any type of code that you are going to write, you need to write it in a PDS member. Okay, you need to write it in a PDS member. Keep it in mind, people. You should not write it in a. You should not write it in a PS file. Okay, you should not write it in a PS file. It is wrong. Okay, you should not write it in a PS file. You need to write it only in a. You should write only in a PDS member. That was also member inside the PDS. Inside the member, you have to write it. Any kind of a JCL, any kind of a code, or JCL code, or COBOL code, or DB2 code, COBOL DB2 code, or else a CICS program, any kind of a code, we will be writing it in a PDS member itself. We will be writing it in a PDS member itself. Will not be writing anywhere else. And also one more thing, these ps files will be used only to store the data. Okay, these will be used to only store the data. You can write this, you can write the code inside this also, you can write the code inside ps files also, but it is not the proper way of writing. It is not the proper way, coding standards. It is against the coding standards. Okay, so whenever you want to write any code of JCL, or a COBOL, or a COBDB, or a CSS, you need to write it only in the PDS member, in a PDS member. Okay, PS file should be carrying only the data. Okay, PS file should be carrying only the data. Okay, now we understood, right, where to write it. Let us create a PS file. Let us create a PDS file. Let me come back. 3.4. Already the GCL demos is there. Let me create a new one. Let me delete it. I'll delete this one. Let me refresh. So let us write some JCL codes. Okay, so I want you to create, everyone, I want you to create after this class, just create. Go to 3.2, go to 3.2, and create allocate here. So I'm creating a PDS, allocating here. So I have to give name here. So I'll say, I can either give my high level qualifier, which is my mainframe ID, TSOXA13. I can say TSOXA13, or else I can directly write the PDS name, JCL dot demos, I'll say. Okay, and I'll just give enter. So it'll ask me for my this specifications. So space units will be, I'll keep it as track. So this one, primary quantity, I'll keep it as 20. I'll give it. Okay, I'll say 20 also. This is also, I'll give 10 here. And priority blocks, I'll say again 10. Okay, I'll keep it fixed block. Record length should be 80, and the block size should be multiples of this 80. So I'll say that it is a PDS. I'll say it is a PDS, enter. So data set has been allocated. Okay, data set has been allocated. So what did I do here? So I have allocated a PDS. Allocated PDS. So what are the things you need to give? What are the things you need to give? 3.2 allocate, and then name. Okay, and then you have to give tracks. You have to give tracks, and then you have to give primary quantity 20, secondary quantity 10, dietary blocks 10. Okay, fixed block, record size 80, record length 80, record sizes, block sizes 800, and then it should be a PDS. These are the commands, these are the properties you have to give it. These are the things you have to give it, and just give enter. It will print. It will give you an PDS. It will give you a PDS scale named JCL.demos. If you give the name JCL, if you give the name as JCL demos, then it will be giving you that. Okay. Okay, now come to this next one. Okay, coming to the next one. Now we have allocated a PDS, right? Come back, 3.4, come to the 3.4 and open, search for your PDS. Okay, search for your PDS. So this is the PDS I have it. This is the PDS I have it. So now if I want to write some data, so PDS will be having members, right? So if I want to, I didn't create any members. So if I want to write it, it will say that if I give E here, no members are there in the data set, will say. Okay, in the PDS, there are no members, it will say. So how to create the first member? How to create a first member? Q E to create a first member in a PDS. To create a first member in a PDS. Okay, give E in front of the PDS name and give member name after the PDS name simultaneously at a time and give enter. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to give E here, and you have to type the member name also here. That should be given in brackets. So I'll say the first member will be member 1. I'll say first member will be member 1 and I'll just give enter. I'll just give enter and I'll say enter again. So let me give that reset. Okay, let me type some code here. I'll say that this is my first PDS member. This is my first PDS member. Okay, this is my first PDS member. Okay, so save it, and come out of it. So again, it will be coming to the front page. So again, if I want to enter it, I will give E here and just give enter. Okay, I'll just give E and enter. It will show me my members. So how to create it? So give E in front of the PDS name and give E in front of the PDS name and give member name after the PDS name in brackets. Okay, and give enter and just give enter. It will give you the member. Okay, it will open the member and you can type the member. Okay, you can type a member. Okay, so now you understood how to create a member, right? So how to create another member here? How to create another member? I will just give S. I'll just give to create another member. I'll just give another S here and I'll say member 2. Okay, it will create a member here. It will create a member. I'll just say save. I'll save and come out of it and refresh it. Okay, it will show you the members. So how to create a new member in the PDS? To create a new member in a PDS, US and member name in command line. Okay, give S and member name in the command line. Okay, you just need to give S and member name. So after saving it, to see all the members in a PDS, after changes, give refresh command in the command line. Give refresh command in the command line. So whenever you open it, okay, if I just open it and if I come out of it, you will be able to see. Yeah, you will be able to see. Why it is throwing? It is lagging. Okay, let me enter it. If I just refresh it, I'll get all the members. Okay, so one more command I forgot to say. One more command. So if I give that, okay, this is already every time you type it anything. Till now, whatever we have typed everything, even though if we are typing it in small and we are typing it to capital, it is only staying back with capital, right? So if you want to give caps on, if you just give caps off, okay, if you just give caps off and if you write it in a small letters, Okay, it will be stayed back in small letters itself. Okay, it will be stayed back in small letters itself. If you say caps on, if you say caps on, you say caps on, even though if you type it in small letters and you enter, it will be turned back to the capital letters. Okay, this is one of the commands. Okay, we'll come back here. Okay, caps on or off. Okay, caps on or caps off. Okay, caps on or caps off. It will what it will do, it will keep your, it will keep the commands, it will keep the, it will keep the content or in smalls or caps. Okay, smalls or caps, it will keep the content in smalls or caps. Okay, if I reset it, so I'll say that if I reset it, okay, I'll just give it. So these are the various types of line commands and everything. So now we have understood how to create a PDS. Okay, now we have understood how to create a PDS, how to create a member. We have understood how to write some code in the lines we have seen. Okay, how to write the code in the lines we have seen. Right. So up to here, is it clear? If everything is clear, we'll go to the structure of the JCL if it is clear. People?
Yes, Satish, you may continue.
Any doubts, others? Any doubts till now?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. You're able to follow, right, people? Going too fast or am I going too slow? You're able to follow?
Yes, Satish, we can understand.
Okay, okay, great. Yeah, okay, fine. Now we will see the job control language, which is how to write a job JCL codes. Okay, what will be the structure of the job control language? Okay, we'll see the structure of the job control language. STRUCTURE. Structure of JCL. What is the structure of JCL? We'll see it. Okay, so whenever you want to type any JCL code, okay, you need to, like I said, you need to type it only in the, member of a JCL, member of a PDS, right? So let me enter into this. Let me enter into a member. So if you look into it, we'll be having 80 calls itself. We have given 80 calls, so it should be 80 calls. Okay, if I go to the right, we go to the right. Let me give calls. Why it is not going? Let me insert some lines. Yeah. So whenever you see, whenever you are, you want to type some code, whenever any member you take it, JSL code should be typed in this 80 size record book only. Okay. Okay. It will be having 80 size, 80 size member. Okay. 80 size member. 80 calls, 80 size in the sense 80 calls. Whatever the code that you, whether it might be CSCS or COBOL or DB2, COBOL DB2, COBOL CSCS DB2, COBOL CSCS, any type of code or JCL, it should be coded only in between the 1 to 80 columns itself. The member size should be 80 calls itself. It should be 80 calls itself. That is nothing but 80 calls. Okay, it should be coded in between 80 calls itself. Why capital 80 is only, sir? Why it is only 80? So when this COBOL was introduced, like when JCL or mainframes was introduced, okay, there used to be punch cards. Okay, at the initial stage, they used to write it in a punch card. Okay, the punch card size used to be 80 calls. Max it can take only 80 calls itself. Okay, only 80 characters can be able to type it in a, was able to type in a this punch cards. So they kept it as the standard, and they kept it and continued till now itself. Okay, it's been more than 50 years of the mainframe invention. Okay, still now it's not 50 years, it's more than that. Okay, till now they are using the same technology, like same size itself. So they kept it only till 80 itself. So whatever the codes that you are going to write, it should be written only in the 80 calls itself. Okay, and also keep it in one. Also keep one thing in mind. So whenever you give this command, whenever you give this calls, also you will be able to see the when you give calls, you will be able to see it will it will give you it will give you the column numbers. Okay, it will give you the column numbers. It will give you the column numbers whenever you want to give the whenever you give calls. You can give it the calls in here also. Okay, you can give the calls in the command line also, or you can give it in the line command also. Calls you can give it here also, it is fine, or else you can give it at the top also. Both will be working. If you just give reset, it will be automatically removing all this. Okay, so calls to turn off, you'll say calls off. Okay, so this is what calls command is. Now let's come to the structure. So okay, structure of it. So like I said, you can write it only on the 80 size member. You can write it only in the 80 size member. Okay, so from 1 to this 80 lines. Okay, from 1 to 80 lines. In the complete 80 lines, you can't code the JSL code. Okay, in the complete 80 lines, you can't code the JSL code. Okay, from first to two columns, the first and the second column for JCL, first and the second column for the JCL should be double / mandatory for all the JCL lines. Okay, so whenever you want to type some code in the JCL, okay, let me remove this one. Okay, whenever you want to type some code in JCL in a member, okay, first line, whenever you want to type it, you just need to give it only in the double / code itself. So okay, so first two lines should be mandatorily double / it should be complete, it should be there with double backslash slash lines, except for some input lines, for some input lines. Okay, input cards. Okay, you can say it as input cards. Only for few lines it is fine. If it is not, it should not be there. But remaining all the lines should be mandatorily, it should be having this double /, so that what the compiler will understand is if you compile this code, it will understand that it is a JCL code. Every JCL code will be having this standard / at the front two columns. Okay, now coming to the third column, if you give star, then it will be comment line. Okay, if you give star, then it will be comment line. Okay, and coming to the, if you're not giving star, and if you want to type something in 3 to 10, okay, that will be a character name field. Whether it might be step name, or whether it might be job ID, okay, whether it might be DD statement. We'll see all these things. What is this job statement or ID statement, step name, everything we'll see one by one. Okay, so whenever you're typing something, first two lines will be this one. Third line will be definitely a comment line. If you are giving a comment, it should be a star. If you are not giving a comment, then the third 3 to 10, which is 8 characters, 8 calls, okay, which is 8 calls, will be a character name field. Step name you can give it, job ID you can give it, or DD statements you can give it. After that, coming to the 11th line will be a space. Okay, will be a space. It should be a space parameter. You should leave it empty. Coming to the 12th to the 15th parameter, coming to the 15th column, 12 to 15 columns, it is reserved for Okay, it is reserved for operation. It is reserved for operation. What are these operation? There are only three kinds of operations, that is job operation, exec operation, and DD statement, DD operation. Okay, these three operations only you can write it in the 12 to 15 columns. 12 to 15 columns, you can write only these three commands itself, these three operations itself. Coming to the 16th again, it will be a space. Coming to the 16th column, again it will be space. Coming to the 17th to 71st column, that will be an operand. This will be space for operands. What is this operands in the sense? What type of operation you want to perform? Under this operation, job operation, whether it might be operation, what are the things you want to perform? Whether it might be exec operation, what are the things you want to perform? So these are the different types of the 1 to 80 columns. From 1 to 80 columns of a job card, 1 to 80 columns of a job of a JCL. The first two will be slashes. Third one will be optional comment line. Third to 10 columns will be character name, step name, or a GD statement, or a job ID. Okay, 11th one space, reserved operation space, operands, that's it. So coming to the what happens to the 72nd to 80th column, sir. Okay, 72nd to 80th column, what will happen? 72nd column should be left empty. Okay, it is used only for the continuation. Okay, continuation column to the next line. Continuation column to the next line. So whenever you're writing some codes, okay, whenever you're writing some JSL code and you want to continue it to the next line, you will be using this, which will be continuation for the symbol for the continuation is hyphen. Okay, the symbol for the continuation is hyphen. So what will be happening to the 73rd to 80th column? That will be a sequence number. Sequence number. Okay, for every line, for every step that you write, for every line that you write, okay, this sequence number will be there. The sequence number will be there. For example, if I show you that, let's come back. Okay, let me write this. Let me write some lines. Okay, if I move a little right, so you can see for every line that you're typing, there is a sequence number. Okay, there is a sequence number for every line you're typing. If I'm creating any line, okay, if I delete it, it will be kept it in this way itself. Okay, if I delete this one also, it will kept it in that way. Okay, so whenever you're creating a new line, the sequence number will be formed. That will be from, if I give calls here, COLS calls. So from 73 to 80, the sequence number will be stored. You can't write anything from 73 to 80. You won't be able to write anything from the 73 to 80. Okay. So these are the different columns. These are the 80 columns. Now we understood the structure, right? Now we have understood the structure. What should be written from the 1 to 80 columns? What should be written and where should not, where nothing should be there, where we should write it. Everything we understood. Now let's write some codes. Okay. Let us write some codes.